Hi, Laurel Holland here. This year we're focusing on developing masterful habits in our lives, and we're doing this because it's really our habits that create the quality of life that we're experiencing day to day. So if we're not happy about the quality of life we're experiencing day to day, we can start looking at our habits and wondering and noticing what are we bringing to create the quality of our life. Today's masterful habit is moving from being self-absorbed to becoming self-aware. I think that most of us know what it feels like to be around somebody who's self-absorbed. It's usually pretty uncomfortable. It's as if the whole world revolves around them and nobody else matters, and nothing else about the experience matters. It doesn't feel very good. Most of the time it feels downright frustrating and uncomfortable, and it really isn't very fun either. So if you're self-absorbed, whether you notice it or not, or whether you want to be aware of it or not, people probably aren't having a very good time around you. It feels very different to be around someone who's self-aware. Someone who's self-aware is aware of what's going on in themselves, but they're also very much aware of what's going on in their environment and the connection between those two things. So to start to look at your level of self-absorption versus self-awareness is you can practice just putting your full attention on what's going on around you and really bring your sensual experience to life by using your senses and paying attention to your senses. Just visually looking around, connecting with what's going on. Using your sense of smell, smelling, noticing what are the smells that are happening right now. Auditorially listening, what's happening, what am I hearing? Sensing, kinesthetically sensing, what's the air feel like, what's the temperature, what am I sitting on, what am I standing on, what's around me, what does it feel like around me. And in so doing, what we do is we take our focused attention off our mind and our inside experience, and it allows us to really create an expansiveness within us. And we're connecting with what's happening in the immediate experience through our senses, and we're not so mentally oriented and mentally absorbed. The next practice that you can really cultivate in terms of moving out of self-absorption and into self-awareness is practice curiosity about others and what's going on around you. Really becoming authentically curious about the experience that's happening around you versus just being fully absorbed in what's happening inside here. We become curious about what's happening out here. And the way that we become more proficient at that is to practice it more often in places where we feel really safe and comfortable. And when we're feeling really safe and comfortable, it's much easier to let go and gain an experience and cultivate more and more curiosity over what's happening around us. And really working to notice and sense what's happening with others. That also will help you be less self-absorbed and more self-aware. So that as you're just noticing what's happening with those around you, you notice how that experience is affecting you. And it becomes an interplay of two people's experiences versus just your experience in the moment. This is a really powerful, masterful habit for those who want to create a quality of life where they're feeling very fulfilled by their experience. Self-absorption will cause you a lot of stress and distress inside because subconsciously there's a real drive to control when you're self-absorbed and you're not even aware of it. So in order to really release that and feel free to really fully experience the situation and yourself in the situation, you want to cultivate a real sense of curiosity, your ability to let go, be in the moment, let your attention be more fluid in the experience. Really allow yourself to know that you're just part of that whole experience in that moment. You are not the center of the universe, and you are the center of the universe. It's a really wonderful paradox of life, and one that we want to practice and cultivate, because we feel much more powerful when we're bringing a self-awareness to the situation. When we're self-absorbed, we ultimately don't really feel very powerful, because our well-being is really predicated on me, versus a sense of I can flow and I can move fluidly and easily through anything that I'm experiencing. That's real power. Hope this masterful habit is going to give you a new challenge for this month, and I invite you to share what you're being challenged with, how you're working with it, what it's doing for you, how it's working with your life and helping you out or not. And don't forget to come visit us at focusinginward.com, where we post new writings every week focusing on the inner life and navigating the inner world. Have a great month.